Hi, I'm Yvon Prehn with Effective Church Communications, and I'd like to share with you something that I wrote a while back on Valentines for church communication creators. This is what church leaders need to do if you want to make your church communicators really happy for Valentine's Day. There's a longer article on the website, effectivechurchcom.com, but let me give you the highlights of the article and then you can check it out. First of all, Valentine's Day is a wonderful Christian holiday. It's all about love and loving one another's what Christians are all about. We love to give people gifts on that day, and you might be thinking about giving your church secretary, church communicators, flowers, candy, whatever. But flowers fade and candy puts on pounds. Not to say that they're not great gifts, but here are some things that I want you to think about giving the people in your church that will be extremely meaningful, not only on Valentine's Day, but the rest of the year. Number one gift for church communicators, give them authority. Now, church leaders, the leadership team, of course, will decide on the basic themes, the messages, perhaps even an overall look that they want for the church communications. But the final details should always be left up to your church communications people. You want to trust them for their creativity, for the different ways that they want to do things. The other thing that is extremely important in giving them authority is firmly hold to their deadlines. Now, this not only means you, but it means other people in the church. Now, give out communications deadlines plenty in advance to all the different ministry leaders. But if they want things done for social media, for the website, for the bulletin, whatever it is, hold those deadlines firm. Now, you know exactly what's going to happen is at the very last minute, someone will come rushing up to your church communicator and say, "This absolutely has to be in this week." And your church communicator will say, I really can't do that. I've got everything all laid out or planned out or whatever. And, I did give you the deadlines weeks ago. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Well, you know what that person's going to do. They're going to walk right around that person's desk and just go right into your office and go, "Susie there is not being very Christian. She told me she's not putting in my article on social media or my event or, whatever it is this week. She said I missed her deadline. Now you tell her that she's supposed to be a servant and do this. She's just not being very Christian." Now you have a choice at this point. You can either cave in, at which point I would not recommend it because it will do incredible damage to your relationship with your church communicator. Or you can say something like this: "I'm sorry, but she's being very Christian. She's holding to the deadline that she gave out weeks ago, and I am backing up her authority in this area." Please do that. Respect, give authority to your church communicators, and hold to it. Next, give them protection. Being a good shepherd means more than just caring for, the spiritual needs of your sheep. You want to care for their physical needs also. When I see a church secretary, church communicator with one of those bracelets for carpal tunnel syndrome, that shows me that a pastor or a business administrator is not taking good care of their sheep. You need to know what your people need ergonomically, what they need to be able to do their jobs without injury in doing them. Now, another area that's really important is take care of their eyes. It's really hard, staring at the computer screen. And today, sometimes people need bifocals, trifocals to look at the screen and then look at the paper down below or whatever it is. Now, let me show you one other thing that actually I use all the time. I'm using my regular glasses for doing this video because they don't glare as much. But when I'm actually doing my computer work, this is what I use. This is a pair of, and you can see the reason why I don't do it very often for videos, except if I forget to take it off and switch glasses, because it shows the glare too much. These are reading glasses from the 99-cent store. They work fantastically well for the computer. They're just exactly the right distance, and I can look down at papers that I'm typing, whatever it is, they really work well. And I have a lot of friends that work in church communications or work on the computer, and they found them to also be very helpful. Try that out. If your church needs to pay for an eye exam, you should do that. Your people's physical health is extremely important. Give your people training. This is Gift for Church Communicators number 3. Most people that do church communications work have no training in it, no formal training in it. Send them to seminars. Look over my website. Let them help them understand what typefaces they need to use and how to make their graphics maybe better or whatever. There's a ton of stuff online now. Give them the time to go over the training and to sharpen their skills. And speaking of looking online for things, give them adequate tools. Be sure that they have an up-to-date computer. A lot of times the person in the church office has this ratty old computer. The pastor gets this new laptop and stuff like that, which he or she usually doesn't really need. And then the person actually doing a lot of the hard work of communications and uploading videos and doing social media, things like that, doesn't always have what they need to do an adequate job. Computers, printers, so many things have come down tremendously in price over the last few years, so be sure your people have adequate resources. Also, be sure that they have very high-speed connections with the internet. So many things we download today, clip art, we upload videos for linking with social media, updating the website, all of these different things. You need a fast internet connection. Make sure you have that for your church. And then finally, give them awards and encouragement. A lot of times, the only time that people notice the church communicators, if they do something that really makes somebody angry, that's when they know their name. They point them out. You don't want that to be the only time that your church communicators are publicly acknowledged. Now, let me say something on this. Be sure that public acknowledgement is welcomed. Personally, I don't like to ever be pointed out publicly. Some people thrive on it, so find out what's important to that person. If they don't want that, or even if they do want that, find out what else they would enjoy. Do they like chocolate? Do they like Starbucks? Would they prefer a gift certificate to a Christian bookstore in your area? Find out what that particular person needs to make them feel appreciated. Now, also too, in your appreciation of them, do a little bit of checking and see what a good graphic designer and communications and today's social media person charges in the secular world. Prepare to be shocked. Now, we know, and we remind people probably far too often, that what they're doing in the church, they're not going to be paid what they are in the secular world. And though it's true that our ultimate rewards are in eternity, please do be kind to your people while they're here on earth. Let them know that they are appreciated. I've gone over just a few things for you with people on giving people encouragement, training, the tools they need, but do take time to do these things. And all of you, all of your church will be better equipped to communicate for the kingdom of God. I'm Yvon Prehn with Effective Church Communications.